Urea crystallization in outlet pipe during vehicle operation. A Pro 2090 vehicle reports at the workshop with a complaint, the problem of urea crystallization in the outlet pipe, and the vehicle speed limit restricted to 20 km per hour. A technician performs a diagnosis using the DA light tool and finds an error code, P20F400. To find the possible causes of low urea consumption, he checks for leakages and pipe bend in the urea line. But there are no leakages and the pipes are okay. Then, he checks for continuity in the DCU circuit and finds it okay. The input voltage is okay as well.
I cannot understand this. Where is the fault?
What is the problem?
The technician describes the entire situation to him.
You see, until the error code is active, urea dosing will not happen, because there is crystallization or clogging in the system. If there is any one of the given error codes active, then urea dosing will not happen. Hence, the active error code should be inactive first. Then perform the urea dosing test, which includes priming and purging.
Okay, I will check the pump pressure by doing priming and purging.
For priming, he starts the engine and checks if the pump is starting. Then, he tries to build up the pump pressure. The complete pressure build cycle typically takes 35 seconds, but it may go up to 1 minute. The maximum overshoot during priming is nominal +1 bar. He observes that the pump is vibrating while priming, however, the pressure is not building up. Similarly, he finds that the pressure is not building up to the required level while purging. The ideal pressure should be in the range of 5 to 7 bars, and 5.8 bars is nominal. The technician then moves to procedure 2 of the troubleshooting guideline, as sufficient amount of pressure is not building up in the pump, even after priming and purging. He had already cleaned the crystal traces before purging. So, he moves on to check the battery voltage, and finds that the battery voltage is 12.5 volts, which is within the specified limit, that is between 12 to 14 volts.
Note that the voltage range should be checked in after-run conditions. In case the voltage falls beyond the specified range, then the battery condition should be checked.
He then looks for possible mechanical failures for low pump pressure and finds that the O-ring is fixed properly. No leakage and air interruption in the urea lines. No clogging in pipes and the filter. The AdBlue level in the tank is okay. The AdBlue quality is okay as well.
I cannot find any reason for the low pump pressure.
If all the checks are okay, then you should check the pump with the DA light tool and conduct the urea pressure test to see whether the pump is building pressure or not. The ideal pressure should be around 5800 millibar. If not, it means the pump has a problem.
The technician performs the urea pressure test by following the correct procedure. Park the vehicle on a flat surface and then apply the parking brake. Shift the gear into neutral position. Connect the DA light tool with the vehicle. Select the model DCU-BS6 Delphi for getting the test routine. Then, go to Advanced Diagnostics. Select the Test Operations test. Select Urea Pump Pressure Test from the list. You will enter a new screen, which contains notes and the preconditions. If the preconditions are attained, then you can admit it by ticking the check box. And then, you can continue the test by selecting the Continue button. On the next screen, select the urea pressure test by pressing the Start button. A new screen will appear, where you can see the urea pressure test progress, and check whether the urea pressure is building or not. Once the test is complete, you will get a notification of the routine status. After test completion, the technician finds that the pump pressure is not building up to the required level. So, he further checks the system physically for any irregularities and notices that there are rust and corrosion on the grounding point, which can cause an improper voltage flow.
If the voltage flow is not proper, this may lead to low DEF consumption. Let me clean this and see.
So he cleans the grounding point and refits the old pump and lines. He then performs the urea pressure test again, and this time, the pump pressure build-up reading is okay. Thereafter, he again performs a diagnosis by connecting the DA light tool and finds that the error code is inactive. This means the problem is now resolved.
Here are a few points that you should note. Always cut off battery supply only after 120 seconds of ignition is off. Leakages in the mixture unit of the SCR system can cause urea crystallization. Incorrect or contaminated urea quality can also cause crystallization. In this case, while checking the circuit, you missed checking the ground points, which led you to go for the dosing test, causing unwanted time wastage. Hence, kindly ensure to examine all checkpoints when you inspect a circuit or any component.